Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. Have you come across a situation ever in your life when you want to project your bossiness or the boss inside you? Everybody has a boss inside them. Some prefer never to let it come out. Some always need to project that. So, if you have ever come across a situation where you want to project your bossy attitude, you want to dominate any setting that you want to go into, and you need a scent for that. You have a suit for it, you have the attitude for it, and now you need a scent for it. I'll show you a scent. It's called Private Label by Jovoy. Now, few years ago, couple of years ago maybe, I reviewed a fragrance by the same house called Incident Diplomatique. Incident Diplomatique is basically an easier to wear version of Private Label. Private Label is not an easy to wear fragrance. So if you're looking for something bossy, similar sort of a vibe, you should look towards Incident Diplomatique. Now, I've done the review, you can have a look. So I've got a 3-hour dry down, 2.5, 3-hour dry down, and I'm going to do a fresh spray to walk you through this fragrance, because this is something else. It's a completely different beast. Wow. This kind of perfumery is what needs to be revived. This is called perfumery. So this was released in 2012, and the parfumer is Cecil Zarokian. She's the lady who created some of the amazing new homages. One notably is Royal Tobacco. And this lady is like, wow. She's a magician now. She's in my to-watch list. I'm going to review some of her work because Private Label is one of my most worn niche fragrances. Have a look. And this is no slouch. I mean, this is a incredibly strong fragrance. Actually, I didn't even realize I had finished half a bottle of Private Label. It's incredible. So let's walk you through the scent and then other bits. When you first spray, I'm addicted to this scent. This fragrance brings in a new note. Not a new note, but an unusual note. This fragrance is completely unusual. There's no citrus. There's no sweet. There's sweetness, but there's no regular kind of a sweetness. There's no candy-like sweetness. There's no citruses. For example, the fragrance, the moment you smell the fragrance, you think, wow, what is this? So what is this? It uses a note of papyrus, and papyrus is the dominant note in the first half of Gucci Pour Homme as well, and Bentley Absolute. Those are two of my most, I love those fragrances. I really enjoy those fragrances. I finished my Gucci Pour Homme a long time ago. But papyrus here is incredible, and it's paired with a mentholic patchouli. And that kind of patchouli is earthy and chewy and mentholic. Is what I smelt in another fragrance which scared me, and I sold it off. It scared me because it was so bitter. I could taste the bitterness in my mouth whenever I sprayed it. It was Diptyque's Tempo. And that sort of mentholic patchouli is here as well. And maybe the mentholic patchouli is tempered off by a very creamy sandalwood. It's almost a linear scent, and it's very smoky. So mentholic patchouli with creamy sandalwood, with a bitter, dusty papyrus, mixed with Isoe Super and cade oil. And I remember now. So cade oil also has a mentholic smell. It's birchy, it's smoky, it's leathery, and it has a mentholic smell. Almost as if you're taking something from a tree, distilling it or burning it, and then there's a pine forest close by. So freshness is coming in as well. And that's cade oil does that as well. Wow, this fragrance is incredible when it starts. And there's no citrus note. There is no sweetness, a little bit of sweetness from sandalwood. There's a lot of Isoe Super. It's very gothic and dark and rich and very birchy and very, very strong. It really projects the image of a proper, person who's got enormous amount of personality. The two personalities I can think of, one is I mentioned in a video not too long ago. This is a fragrance of a boss, and there's only one boss, and the other one I think of sometimes is this gentleman here, Zlatan. So it's got that sort of a personality, obviously based on credibility and ability and skills, but it has that sort of a personality. I'll take on anybody, that kind of thing. Really never back down. That is the image this fragrance constantly projects. When it dries down, the vetiver is dusty. It brings in a vetiver which is my favorite kind of vetiver. I love this kind of vetiver. It's dry and dusty. It's like, a lot of people say this, it's like going into an old library with old books, with leather bound books, and a little bit of dampness in old buildings is seeping into those leathers. So it's damp leather, slightly musty, dry vetiver, almost like an old book, sort of papyrus, and slightly inky, all the ink in the books. It's just incredible. And then the sweet, smoky, mentholic sort of smell with creamy sandalwood. What a complex scent signature. My God. What a scent this is, guys. It is an experience. When it dries down, wow, it's just a different level. The lemoniness of Isoe Super mixed with dusty, dry vetiver, leather, sandalwood, and mentholic patchouli with a little hint of vanilla. I've not mentioned in the notes breakdown. The vanilla is here. It's just little tamed down, little bit. If this is 10 out of 10 on a bossy scale, how bossy is this? This is probably 8. It never loses its personality. It's tremendous. The fragrance is all on the 3 or 4 notes, as I said, the birch, the mentholic birch, the patchouli, chewy patchouli, dusty vetiver, leather, papyrus, and sandalwood, and incense, smoke. So those are the notes, there's not a huge amount coming through, but they work together to create this terrific scent signature. I've smelled nothing like this. The inky vetiver some people compare it to, because of that inky vetiver and the Isoe Super, they compare it to Encre Noire, which I've reviewed as well. But this is nothing like Encre Noire. Encre Noire is a different kind of a smell completely. And this one, because of that vetiver, maybe a little bit, maybe 10% of Encre Noire is here. But this is the scent. It is tremendous. I love this fragrance, as you can tell. So, upsides and downsides. Now, the thing is, okay, let me look at my notes first. So, this is really earthy and dark and gothic. If you're not into that kind of fragrance, do not wear this. This is almost underworld-like, underworld not in the Goonie sort of way, but they are the people who like dark stuff. This is very dark, and I do not know why I like this, because I don't like dark stuff. But this is gothic, proper. Okay, second one. The sandalwood and patchouli combination is very unique. See, I love the combination of patchouli and sandalwood, but here the patchouli is very mentholic, dusty, earthy, rich, chewy, and the sandalwood is beautifully elegant and creamy. This sort of combination, I have never smelled that kind of combination before. The sandalwood patchouli combination is a unique one, and that probably is giving this fragrance so much charm. So smooth, so elegant. Wow, man. This is an amazing scent. There is nothing synthetic in this fragrance. Everything is high quality. Absolutely amazing. Apart from that Isoe Super. There is no synthetic in this fragrance. It smells real high quality. And the fourth one is value for money. I checked. 100 ml, this is a 50 ml bottle. 100 ml, you can score for between 120 and 150. Incredible value for money. If you like complex, rich, dense, gothic fragrances with very high quality materials, go for it. This is, you're getting an amazing fragrance for 1.2 pounds an ml. It's incredible value for money. Absolutely amazing. The fifth upside would be the complexity. This fragrance is super complex. It is not for beginners. It's super complex. Once you get your finger on the pulse and you say, okay, I get this one, you'll never fall out of love. I've finished half a bottle and I'm jumping up and down like a kid reviewing this one. It is incredible. Very, very nice. Downsides. Not a blind buy worthy fragrance. Only if you have experience should you blind buy. This fragrance is broody and bossy. If you don't like broody and bossy fragrances, stay away. It has no other mood. It is literally bossy. Ajay Super and Patchouli may remind you of Encre Noir. This is the third one. Some people say this reminds them of Encre Noir. I don't get it. I can see where they're coming from, but I don't get Encre Noir. So, that's the upsides and downsides done. Value for money covered. Compliment factor 0. This is not what you wear to get a compliment. This is what you wear to project an image. You are going to boss the situation. That's why you're wearing this fragrance. It is uber masculine, ultra masculine. It has got everything under control. Highly skilled person is going to enter the room and absolutely dominate right from the word go. That's what this fragrance is all about. Don't get confused, okay? Age groups. This is a smell of success, 40 plus. Or if you like fragrances with notes I described, or the kind of fragrances that I described. This is ultra bossy. It's got the notes I described. If you like those notes, you can be any age, but 40 plus. Season, winter, autumn, spring. Vetiver, Vetiver is the equalizer here with sandalwood, with patchouli. Easily 3 seasons. I wouldn't wear this in summer. It's too much. Too much. Yeah, this is a dense, rich scent. 1 spray or 2 spray on your jacket, on your suit, and that's it. Or 1 here and 1 here, or 1 on your jacket. That's all you need. Compliment factor, as I said, don't worry about it. So how's the performance on this thing? Performance is absolutely nuclear. This is a nuclear scent. It's a proper beast mode fragrance. I never wear more than 1 spray, maximum 2. So longevity is about 24 hours plus on your clothes, even longer. So on my skin, this never lasts less than 24 hours. Clear and present throughout the day and next day, So it's already done. If I wear this fragrance one day, I'm done for the next day. I'll have to use the other wrist. Sillage, enormous. It creates a massive scent bubble. So watch your sprays. Don't go more than 2. It's very smoky, birchy, mentholic, scary, all at the same time. You don't want the whole room to get scared of you. Just 1 or 2 sprays. Just let people walk into your scent bubble. 1 or 2 scared people are fine. The whole room scared. Who is going to do the work for you? So, brilliant scent bubble. Fantastic sillage. And projection, easily 1 arm's length. I've been in a meeting before, and I'll tell you my story. I sprayed this, 1 on my suit, 1 on my hand. I was in my office, branch office, rather than customer side. And I walked into a meeting room at about 9:30 in the morning. And the guys just stood up. And they normally don't stand up. They just stood up. The 3 of them. I was senior to most of them. And they just stood up. And I said, take a seat, come on. And it just clicked to me that this is the scent. This is the effect it has on people. They know me. They work for me. They work with me. One of them works with me. And they all stood up when I entered the room. There was pin drop silence. Absolute 0. So this thing projects. People will smell you before they see you. And when they see you or smell you, the reaction would be something that surprises you. And it will obviously take them aback anyways. As I said, it's a scary scent. But it doesn't smell awful or unapproachable or unbearable. None of that. It's a very nice smell. But you have to be able to digest it. It's not for everybody. I've covered all aspects. Value for money is absolutely tremendous if you like complex, rich, multi-layered scents. There is no doubt in my mind. Tremendous value for money. I love this fragrance to bits. How many marks am I going to give it? You'll have to think about when to wear this. It's broody and bossy. It's not an easy to wear fragrance. You wouldn't want to be bossy unless you're Sir Alex. You can wear this. It probably is his signature scent. Should be. It suits his personality completely. So wearability is an issue. It's not versatile, but whenever you wear it, it'll make your day. It is one of the most accomplished perfumery I can talk about. It's amazing. I can talk about this fragrance all day without getting bored. So, how many marks am I going to give it? 8 out of 10. I think 8 out of 10 is perfect score for this fragrance. I could have given it higher. I could have given it 10 out of 10. But it has variability issues for me. It also has this broody character. I don't want to be like that every day. I would like people to come closer to me, more approachable, rather than scare them off. So those are the things, wearability issues are there with this fragrance. So you have to be in that mood to wear this fragrance. Whenever you wear this though, it will absolutely tell you that wearing accomplished, complex perfumery is a privilege. And not being able to like is basically a disadvantage. When you like complex stuff and you get a complex fragrance, that makes your day, This is how perfumery should be. This sort of perfumery shouldn't ever be extinct. It is amazing. These sort of fragrances are just amazing. 8 out of 10. Hope you enjoy the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.